You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show on demand through YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing to listen to us through this method. If you'd like to keep up to date with when I add new interviews, then subscribe to this channel.
But such an act seems
cruel,
doth it not, to thee?
And pray thee, gentle Thane, that now dares to doubt thy course, if we shall even at this late hour draw back from all which is intended, what shall be the fate of others? For if one shall rise, another shall by forfeit fall. Two cannot sit upon the same throne. We all, be it set by unknown spirits, have a set time to live. When we are gone, this mortal world will continue. Another will rise to take my place. One will climb to take yours.
He hath a family.
And so doth thee, and so doth I. Tell me, for now I see thy soul do question the work that we upon our rough and violent course have thus engaged, what concerns doth thou think this lady herself hath about those that shall feel the edge of the sword for the sake of her own blood? Believe you that she lies awake, weeping for the souls of those now standing in the way of her family's advancement? Thou know'st the answer better than thou may admit.
Upon my oath I shall do her no harm.
But thou wilt have others do the very harm that thou thyself dare not perform. Judge thyself yet with a kinder heart. The affairs of man oft dictate our course, our lives not our own to decide. Fate sends us where she directs. Thou hast been sent here.
But she doth not see her role in this action.
No, she doth not. Now, how hast thou upon thy king Macbeth succeeded?
Macbeth now doth know of Macduff's flight to England. Choice words have put suspicion in his mind, suspicion that I have fed and nourished, and he hath dispatched warlike men to surprise the lady's castle, which will tomorrow be occupied with thoughts of glory, and will not see the attack that now is coming.
And so it should not. The men that travel here will not know the lady or her character. Thou must show them to her, open the door, and grant them access.
And thou?
As I see such work performed, I shall send word for the movement of the English force, old seaward, to begin the march. Be resolute thyself. Think not on what thou shalt perform upon the morrow, but that of the course upon which you shall set the land of Scotland. Thou act not as a traitor to thy family, but as a patriot to thy kingdom.
So great a prize comes not, and so less a sacrifice.
Sleep if thou canst, for tomorrow rests the fate of this realm.
Fear resides in all that strive for greatness. Will those we count as friends prove honest and stay true to all they have promised? Can I, upon the testing of my courage, face down the terror that even now beats within me? Without the opportunity, what doth fate, who within her palm are we, hold for anyone? If we but deny to gamble all on the roll of a dice, then how shall we rise within this world? I must not bow down to worry and doubt, for rarely doth the world bow down before us. It is our own fears that deny us the strength to try and cheat the path that the spirits have dictated. I may not give in to self-doubt, for such concerns will never progress this house to what it may become. Never will I give to those nightly messengers that tell me no more than yield and go no further. I will not listen to that voice that bids me to turn away and play the feminine before the eyes of all that shall see me. Today we shall do as we agreed. Stick courage in my heart and turn not from all that hast been promised. My husband shall kill a king, and through that will Though the weird visitors dare not speak it, my son shalt wear a crown this night.
My lady, the wagons are but ready packed.
Attend thy station, we soon depart.
Yes, my lady.
The hour is upon us. All is prepared.
Gentle cousin, I see thy house is stirred and ready.
Good day, noble Thane. Thou hast come. I thought thou were...
Thy servants are about, but the next room, busying themselves in states of readiness.
As Sir Richard has guided me.
Thy part must be performed now.
My husband doth not love us. Household, servants, children, all.
Thou dost judge him harshly.
But what hath driven him to leave this kingdom?
Whether it be fear or wisdom, I cannot tell.
Fear! Even the weakest creature shall defend its own from the strongest. His action against us all is no wisdom.
My dearest coz, school thyself. For thy husband is but wise, and no doubt knows the reason for his actions. For there are times when we are but traitors to the world, and yet we must never show it. Think not of this moment, but that which is to come. So foolish am I that I must now be gone. My pretty cousin, blessing on thee and all this house, I shall upon this word take my leave.
O cousin, that we may soon meet again. Sir, they say thy father is but dead. How wilt thou do now for a father?
As the wild animals do, mother, with all they catch and all they need. But for all thy saying, I hear my father is not dead.
Today he's dead to us both.
Then how wilt thou do for a husband?
I shall travel to the market and buy me 20.
Then you shall acquire, to trade once more.
Thy hath thy father's wit.
My lady,
Is all not in readiness?
thou dost not know me, or any reason have to trust, but I tell thee true, that armed men do here approach, stern about their faces and anger in their eyes. Be not found about this place. Leave thy wagons and belongings and fly this castle. I dare stay no longer.
Wherefore should I fly? What harm have I upon this world committed? Often cruelty is commended, the evil acts of men applauded and spoke of, titles and honours following in its wake. Soldiers have I none. What force this house possesses are now with my husband in England. Attest this may be, that I should look the guilty part and hide myself from those that would accuse me. I shall upon my honour put up that womanly defence and proclaim my innocence and deny any harm intended. I do not recognise these men.
Where be thy husband?
Nowhere that you may find him.
He's a traitor to the kingdom. So art thou, with ambitions beyond thy state. Wagons packed, thou prepares for travel, to join thou traitor husband.
Thou art a liar, you long-haired villain.
Speakest thou to me? Thy treachery ends here.
Ah, he has slain me, mother! Escape if thou canst!
No, my son!
Here's but half the work. Thou hast but run thy course.
My gentle, my son, what evil hath he upon you inflicted? Never did he raise even his voice in damnation of this world. His ears too tender to know all that men like thou may yet do. The sins of this house were never his. I alone hath lived but 2 lives. He hath barely lived 1. Hast thou no pity that you will harm the innocent? Doth thou not fear the wrath of all the angels in heaven? Speak now, my loving child, that the spirits loved so much that they could no longer bear to be parted from thee. May they give thee eternal rest from the cruelty that here thou hast endured. What make of man art thou, that would use thy sword's keen edge in such a way? How hast thou not upon the war that hath raged across this land been drawn into the army? Thou art but useless to real men that fight honest battles and do not use their blades to slaughter women and children. What brave actions wilt thou next perform? What butchery shalt thou next take pride in doing? Some chickens? For they too may not fight thee back. Oh, how noble and brave an act that thou to do. My brave and honourable soldier. What woman hath brought thee into this world that she did know of all thy mighty deeds? What would she say to me upon seeing all her son could do? To know that every kind word, all her gentle love, hath led to this? She would have ripped thee from herself and dashed thy head upon the stone floor. How proud, if she could but see all that thou hast done, and used thy talents for such work.
Speakest thou to me? Thou should not speak of that which thou dost not know. Now we shall return to Dunsinane and report all that was achieved.
Both, Sir Richard.
And the other children? No heir must yet be left. It grieves me for such a loss, but things must be put to one side when a crown and kingdom are the prize. Sleep well, dear lady. Thou hast played thy part. Inform Macduff of his family's fate. Enraged, he will slay the evil king that even now remains upon the Scottish throne. Then, our mutual friend Malcolm we shall invest at the place of school.
And if Malcolm gives not what we all desire?
Then we will find Donalbain and start the work again. To England, my Thane of Ross, for the hour is already long and there is much still to do. Put the house to the sword.
In Lady Macduff, Holly Galanders was Lady Macduff, Mark Hill was Ross, Will O'Connell was Sir Richard, Robin Ingram was Macduff, Nigel Peaver was the porter, Richard Gallagher, Julian Casey and Rich Keeble were the witches, Mari King was the nurse, Eastvan Andresek was Hecate, Tony Plumridge was the first messenger, Jeff Bainham was the second messenger, and Richard Graylan was the servant. All other parts were played by members of the cast. Artwork for the production was by Sheila Jackson, and the play was written and directed by John Fryer. Lady Macduff is an audio production for Political Art.